I'd been doing two things a few years ago. One was working with Martha Curley on the revising the undergraduate curriculum, and I was working on my own research, which has to do with the history of nursing, and I am a historian. And one of the things that was important for me to do was really tell the story about what nursing education did for the men and the women who made a decision to go to nursing school. Now, I don't know how familiar you might be with the history of nursing, but the traditional story is that men and women went to training schools where the discipline, the labor was just backbreaking work. And the question I had, why on earth would anyone go to a training school if that was going to be what they experienced for 3 years? And what I found was all that work, all that time, all that care produced women who saw themselves, and I will admit it took a while to come up with these terms, women who saw themselves as courageous, competent, and absolutely in control of the clinical moment. They knew that they couldn't faint at the sight of blood. They knew that when they saw patients whose condition was rapidly deteriorating, they had to act. They couldn't wait. They had to make an informed decision, and they had to save their patients' lives. I will say that what I also found in my research was that many of these men and women did not stay in nursing. They went on to other careers, other kinds of life. But one thing they brought with them through their entire life was the sense of themselves as cool, competent, and in control of the lives they decided to create for themselves. And as we were thinking about what we wanted to do with the undergraduate curriculum, that's what we want to do. We want to produce a new generation of nurses who see themselves as courageous, as competent, and in control of their patients' lives. I've been moving on to a new project now. I'm looking at nurse-run health demonstration projects in the 20s and 30s that was really designed to improve the lives of women and children. And what I'm finding there also comes back to the whole idea of education. There's an enormous tension. I'm new in this story, so I can't go into a lot of details, but I am going to be telling the stories about where do you learn to be a nurse? Do you learn in practice? Do you learn in academia? And this was a time when academia is coming into its own. So stay tuned. I hope to have another story to tell you in another few years about how those tensions were worked out. Thank you.